Hey, thank you so much for joining. All right, y'all. So let me just open up with an introduction to the WIT Network Atlanta, our community leaders. And as you all registered and signed in today, you had Are you a member? Question and poll. And so I would like for you guys to just jump on in and put your name and email in the chat. Again, this is with permission, right? We're not here to spam anybody. You're communicating. We are all here for the purpose of we're growing our network, right? And our network is going to determine our net worth. So, as a collective, I do believe in the power of women being together, supporting one another, and not just that, but we are casting our visions together today. And this is your virtual vision board experience. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. I have just a couple of more names I need to see in the chat. Doreen, thank you so much for being here. I see your message. We are going to give you an opportunity to talk to everyone. But for now, I want to introduce my co-leader, Miss Medina Ali. If y'all will give her a hand clap and a round of applause.
Well, gosh, can everyone hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Well, first of all, it's such an honor to be the co-lead of the WIT Network and to definitely have Sabrina Lowry as the co-lead. She has been a very good friend, good supporter to the WIT Network for the last few years. As I say, this is backed by popular demand. During the pandemic, she did a wonderful job. As you all know, she's an author of technology, really helping a lot of the small business clients here in Atlanta, but also working with other, very seasoned real estate executives that are doing multi-million dollar deals, really helping them reach their goals. And the whole purpose of us kicking off this vision board exercise is that we want to show you how to utilize the tools to build your vision. But the secondary part to this workshop is we want you all to execute your vision. And we want to be here to help you execute your vision. We know right now there's a lot going on, particularly in the IT industry with layoffs and restructuring and all of that. And it is very important that, not only if you're a current member of the WIT Network, but we want you to join the WIT Network, but we want you to be here. We want you to reach out to us when you're looking for that job, when you're looking for that career, when you're looking for that transition. And then also, and I think, see, a new Dr., you're doing it right. You're putting your LinkedIn profile in there. Let me add mine into the chat as well, because it's so important that we network during this period. But also, I think the greatest thing about the WIT Network, since I've been involved since the inception, is we really are an organization that support other women. And I can't say that for every women organization. And we really want to see people succeed. We have Patty Cataldi on the call. She is the regional WIT Network lead for the East Coast. We have Doreen. I always say she's our fearless WIT Network director because this is a very hard job. And Doreen is always trying to figure out a way to make everybody happy, including me. So I'm just like, I don't know how Doreen does it, but I really want to get her insight. We're so excited to see the PwC, Cognizant, Tech Systems, Microsoft. We're so excited to see all these corporations join us, IBM. We're going to be really doing some things very differently this year and really branching out and really trying to go visit all of our corporate members here in Atlanta and definitely have events there. So no further ado, I'm going to turn it back over to you, Sabrina, and then you can introduce some of the other leadership here that's here. And we're very grateful that you're doing this again. And we're going to try to do this every year, ladies, because I know we're coming out of the pandemic, but I know women, we've been hurt the hardest during this time. So we really need each other, and we're definitely here to help everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Medina. Y'all give her a virtual round of applause, please. I love that. Thank you so much for just your leadership and your commitment to women in technology. Thank you for your commitment to the Atlanta network. And thank you for just being that rising and shining star that you are, for being that force to reckon with, honey. Because let me tell y'all something, Medina is a beast in these IT streets. I just want y'all to know that, okay? And she is giving the people the business, right? And so when you've got people like that on your squad, I think they deserve their flowers while they're here. What y'all think, right? I wish they had a flower emoji. Somebody find it in the chat. Let me see if I could type flowers. I'm about to give her her flowers. There they are. Y'all type flower in the chat and give Medina some flowers. Boom. There you go, sunshine. So I also want to make sure that you all are optimizing your experience today, because Zoom has so many new features that if you have not updated your Zoom in a while, you might not have the full experience of the upgrades and the reactions, the way I was able to put flowers in the chat. So I've got the updated version. So when I go into my chat, I actually have the emojis, just like on our Facebook and our Messenger apps. And when you type what emoji you're searching for, y'all, pow, 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 you're going to be able to do it. Okay, Patty? So I know what she's doing after the call. She's going to zoom.us, y'all. Okay. So Doreen, I would love to do a tech test with you before I put you on the spot. And then if I can hear you and see you, I'm going to give you a wink and a nod when I've got this PowerPoint ready.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? I don't have any slides.
I got you, darling.
And I had no camera for about 5 minutes going, what the heck happened? And I realized I rushed from my Teams meeting to this one and never shut down the other one. So God knows what was going on over there while I was here. So at least I figured it out.
Yes, exactly. So we are so thrilled to have you here. And so everyone, without further ado, I would like for Miss Doreen Seven to introduce herself. Now, listen, she is a rock star too. She is our global WIT network leader. But I believe that as a woman in technology for 3+ decades, you know, she don't look a day over the 30 decade. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to give her her flowers too. So Doreen, tell everybody what you do, who you do it for, and just a little something that we might not know about you.
Oh my goodness, what a warm welcome and such a fun group. I wish you were on all our calls, Sabrina. You are like hot to trot today. So welcome everybody. I'm Doreen Seven and I'm delighted to be here. I wear many hats at the WIT Network. I did spend 30 years, most of my 30 years at IBM, 26 to be exact. And my women in technology career started then, way back when in my early 20s. And I enjoyed every minute of it. It's been my love and my passion. I used my children's schools as proof of concepts, and I've had an opportunity to meet wonderful women like yourselves. And now, you know, here we are in Atlanta. So I just wanted to say a personal thanks to Medina and Sabrina for taking the lead in this community. It's wonderful to see women step up and bring us all together. We laugh, we cry, we inspire each other, but the fact that we're together is a gift. And so I thank you for giving us this opportunity. We have been on a recruiting strategy since last May, and that's when I met Sabrina for the first time. And I'm happy to tell you that we've had a very successful recruiting strategy. We've more than doubled our communities across the globe, and we've tripled the amount of leaders. So there's almost 70 community leaders sprinkled across the US, Canada, EMEA, and we're growing APAC as well. And it just goes to show that there is demand for women to be together, to network, to learn from each other, to inspire and help each other along our career and our personal journeys. So thank you for having me. I know you are in really good hands with Medina and Sabrina here. I'm just having a howl, and I'm glad I had an opportunity to join you because I'm really excited about this vision board as well. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Doreen. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your leadership and the legacy that you are building for us. You know, they say build and climb. We're going to pull up and pull our sisters along with us along the way. And so I want to just go ahead and let us have a quick round of speed networking. Are y'all ready? I'm going to break us out into some breakout rooms. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little topic, if you will, right? Because we are all virtual and we are coming from multiple sectors and regions internationally, I want you all to be sure that when you introduce yourself and what you do and who you do it for, that you tell these ladies what it is that you need. We all have problems, right? And until we speak life into getting the fix that we need, we never know who we're talking to. They might be 2 degrees of separation away from the solve. So want to do it. Y'all ready? I'm going to break these rooms out. I've got them already preset. I've got my WIT network room where if you are a member and you want to connect with another member specifically, or we're going to just do the networking. Okay, so y'all ready? We're going to have 2 rooms. I'm going to make y'all pick whichever ones you want, and then you just go from there. All right. So here we go, participants. We're going to broadcast these rooms. You get to pick one, and then we're going to make it happen. So let's go ahead here and let's do a assign. And I'm going to put, let's see, who's a WIT Network member? Raise your hand. All right, so I am going to throw you guys on over there. So let's go Colette, assign, boom. Let's go ahead, Doreen, assign, boom. Let's go ahead, Patty, get on over there, boom. Go ahead, Medina, there you go, boom. All right, Katie, I see your hands. All right, I got you. Cassandra, hang tight, my darling. You are going to the networking room. Arnye, you're going to the networking room. LaShonda, you are a WIT Network member. We are going to the WIT Network. Mary Beth, I see you, beautiful. I'm moving you along. All right, Camille, here you go, darling. Go break out, breakouts. Let's see, who am I missing? Patty, oh, it didn't go. There you go, darling. All right, let's see. Did you go?
I'm
You
going.
got it clicked. There you go. All right, Diana, here we go, darling. We're going to assign you. Boom. And Mary Beth, I got you, darling. Thank you for your patience. Boom. All right, Shavonna, here we go. We are moving you to the networking. And Donna, there you go. Make sure you accept your assignment. There you go. And boom. All right, y'all. Have fun. Who did I miss? Anu, where are you? Let's see, babe. There we go. WIT Network, right?
Yes.
I got you. There you go. Back. Yes, we are back. All right, everyone. Can y'all see my screen? Wonderful. Welcome back. Welcome back. I want to take this opportunity to again welcome you to what we are calling our virtual vision board experience today. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to show and tell a little bit today and show you what a real vision board looks like. And you see, I got to step out of my own way because that's how amazing this board is, okay? So for years, I've believed in vision boards. For years, I've designed, I've added, I've subtracted. Y'all see, I've got some white space to fill in on some new things that I've not yet achieved or accomplished. Y'all, this was from my ribbon cutting and my grand opening of my real estate company in 2012. I'm a decade old in that business. And so just over time, thank you, I've added my absolute favorite shark in the world. Y'all see Barbara Corcoran right there, right? That's my girl. So inspiration, motivation, Oprah Winfrey, of course, our presidents and leadership in the political realm and social justice. And, you know, I wrote on the bottom, leaving my legacy for Chris Jr., Corey, and Caleb, y'all. Those are my three sons. And so this vision board is a decade old. And so over time, you know, we all go back and we just kind of look at where we started, where are we going? Does your board look anything like the screen where maybe it's just a couple of pages in a notebook, right? So I don't want anyone to feel like their design is not the best version of their board. It is yours. So what does this leadership team, Medina and Sabrina, want for you today? What we want for you today is to understand the power of our network, to understand the vision of our network. And because all of us on this call are leaders in our respective roles in the community and such, there are opportunities where we have to lean on each other. And it may not be for our company's sake. It may be for a personal sake, right? And in our vision board designs, I think that a lot of people have misconceptions about casting their vision because they don't want to put their personal vision and their professional visions in the vision. How many of y'all agree with that? Let me see your hand. Personal needs to be separate. Professional, really? Okay. Y'all use your virtual emoji so I can poll the room there, right? So again, when you think about a vision, on the bottom of the screen, you see several keywords. Words like attract. These are words that are chosen by the leadership of our community. Retain. How is that even applicable in your life, personally or professionally? Promote.
So, Sabrina?
Yes.
I don't see any words or anything.
Oh, so is it chopped off?
Okay,
Because
that's
I'm
what, I just
screen.
raised my hand because I don't see it either. I thought it was just me. I see your background on your screen, Sabrina. Like your desktop. It's like a pretty geometric shape.
Yeah, that's what we all see, I think.
Thank you so much for that. So let's do screen share. This is screen 2. I have 4 screens, y'all, so bear with me.
Oh, well, that could be it, you know. I thought it too was bad.
Yeah, so if you see me looking right, left, it's where camera is versus stage. Yeah, I'm in the studio. So now can you see the words?
I see your slide, the WIT Network Atlanta Leadership Team.
There you go, darling. So those are the keywords I was just mentioning because some people don't know that casting words into their vision board as a design is worthy of the effort, right? And I did that on purpose.
Sabrina, what they're showing is us as the leadership team.
Yeah.
We're not
don't see
seeing
the
the
bottom
keywords.
bar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see
Okay.
attract, retain,
Oh, it
promote,
is.
inspire,
It is.
empower, support, and
Inspire,
place.
empower. Yeah, I see.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's my screen. Never mind. Sorry.
Got y'all. Okay. So I'm just making sure we get through the technology together if y'all don't communicate with me, right? So thank you for that. We are definitely just right now on the bottom of our WIT Network Atlanta. There's just some keywords there that I'm reading off the screen. So I'll just push through this very quickly. It's attract, retain, promote, inspire, empower, support, and then the word place, which I feel is very relevant, right? What place do we want to be in? Short-term goal, long-term goal. So when we think about this design, right, this is what we want for you guys. I want you to have my contact information. I'll share this slide again at the end so that if you need my contact information, you screenshot that QR code. It will give you my digital business card and also just connect you to SabrinaLowryEnterprises.com. Okay. So with the WIT Network, Doreen did a soft introduction earlier, but I would like, Doreen, if you have a moment to come back in. Would you come back in for me?
I'm in.
There you go, darling. I have just a few slides for us on the overview that I would love for you to just cast the vision. We've talked about this, right? If we write the vision and we cast it and we make it plain, the people understand we all go up and grow up together. So, Doreen, the floor is yours.
All right. So for those of you who are members, you may already know this, but those of you who are not, it's important to know that the WIT Network is a not-for-profit organization. So we are both global and local, and our primary role is to help women achieve their personal best. And we do that in a bunch of different ways. And I'm sure Sabrina's going to change to the next slide. All right. So this is our leadership team. We're not a very large team, but at the end of the day, I will tell you that my role today is probably the best role I've had in my entire life. I actually get to spend my day focused on being a change agent for women globally and locally. And so this is our team. Our CEO co-founded with Corinne Sharp, our CMO, way back when under the umbrella of Microsoft. And it became very apparent that more than Microsoft women needed our help. And so that's how we became a startup back in 2018. And we're a bunch of doers. We're change agents, but we get things done. Next slide, please, Sabrina. So I mentioned this, I believe, at the beginning of the call or maybe during our breakout, but our primary goal is to support women like yourselves of all ages and stages. And that means personally and professionally. So I'm glad Sabrina asked the question about whether we, make personal separate from professional. And the answer is no, it's our total self. We come to work as an entire person. We are mothers, we are sisters, we are daughters, we are cousins, we are who we are, because of where we've been and where we're going. And so our goal is to make sure that we work with our corporate members and our individual members and offer them different ways to help them along their career journey. So on the far left, it's about talking to women in universities, and I'm doing a pilot right now, getting the early pipeline full, because we're never going to fix the tail end of the pipeline if we don't start from the beginning. And so we work with members across 75 different countries. We have now almost 40 communities, and our membership is growing across the board. So how do we do this? What do we do? Sabrina, can you change the slide, please? So what we do is we offer different programs available to women of all ages and stages. So some women join every workshop, some women go to every webinar, some women just come to our mentoring circles. So to make a long story short, there's something for everyone, regardless of where you are in your career journey and whether or not you're in the first quarter of your career or like in the fourth quarter of my career is where I am. So we've got webinars, we've got technical training. The last 18 months, we trained 1,000 women on AI and Azure in partnership with Microsoft and Directions Training. I mentioned that we have communities across the globe. WITWise is a special community. It's a community based on roles. So it's focused on software engineers, software developers, and I can put the landing page in the chat. They're wonderful, very technical women, and I work with them, and we have a program set aside in terms of webinars and career coaching between now and June, and then we'll take a break in the summer, and then we'll start it up in September. Mention our academy workshops. We have leadership training. We actually have a leadership training for kind of middle to senior management. It's 10 weeks in total. It's amazing. The outcome is life-changing. That's the whole reason I'm here. I was part of cohort 6. I don't think I would have ever left corporate to become part of a non-for-profit had I not attended our Athena training. And then Medina and Sabrina mentioned that our biggest conference of the year is International Women's Day, and I'll put the link in the chat for you to register. But in the fall, we had our first inaugural WOL Management Conference, and that was focused on women in the early pipeline, those aspiring to become leaders or those just getting into leadership positions for the first time. And we had over 700 participants, and the panel was made up of women of all ages and stages. So it was a really great opportunity. I mentioned mentoring circles, and then connections like this in the community are very important. And the role of the community leader is, evolving. So when we first started the community leader before my time, it was just to bring women together face to face. And, COVID changed that. There were no opportunities for face to face for a couple of years. And so the role of the community leader is to make sure that all of you are aware of all our global offerings that you are entitled to as a member or could be entitled to, as well as bringing them together locally. So it's a two-pronged approach of bringing local community individuals together to make a difference in your own backyard. So that's what we do day in and day out. Next slide, please, Sabrina. Okay, so this is a PDF. Actually, this might be an older one, but I'll get something together that can be sent out. This is a one-pager, and all the links are hot. So the WIT Academy workshop will take you directly to our website where you'll see some information where you can actually register. And same thing with webinars, mentoring circles. All our offerings are on our website. I'll put that in the chat, and they take you directly to those locations based on this PDF. Community events, I just wanted to just drive that to your attention there, second from the bottom. That's where our communities post their local events. And so when they're in person, it might be hard for you to attend a community event in Toronto, but if you're traveling and happen to be in the neighborhood, make sure you check, because there might be an event where you may be traveling. But every community virtual event is open to everyone. So if you see something interesting going on in Southern California, you are more than welcome to attend. Anybody seeing something from where they are that, this session here is awesome in terms of the vision board, anybody can attend any community event. It's the travel that's up to you, but the boundaries, there are none, they're open. Okay. And I think that must be it, right, Sabrina? Have you got me more content here? Okay, International Women's Day. So that's a week Wednesday. And oh boy, we've been planning for a long time. I do actually have the link for you to register. There is the whole agenda on the actual landing page, and you will see a number of topics. We call them WIDXs, specific topics. We have panel discussions, and there's something for everyone. So it starts with networking from 10:30 to 11. The core program starts from 11 to 2:30, and then there's networking opportunities. There's a recruiting booth there. So we have some of our sponsors with information. You can have a chat if you're looking to learn more about different organizations. I believe there's a photo booth. It's really exciting this year. We're not in person, we're virtual, but we have a producer that's working with us to make this a lot of fun. And that's TK Events, who's also a corporate member. So save the date, mark your calendars, register. We hope to see you on the 8th.
Awesome, Doreen. Thank you so very much just for being here with us today. And for those of you that are not WIT Network members, as we did our speed networking, I want you also to just remember in your goals and in your vision board, your community involvement should be there and reflected as well, because how you manage your time is a part of the vision. And I thought just opening up the conversation with the WIT Network from a global perspective, y'all know the overarching umbrella, if you will, and then how everything else can fold under that umbrella. I just think that's so fantastic. Doreen?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention something and just to pick up on what you said. Absolutely leverage the WIT Network as part of your personal and professional development plan. Whether you're going to go off and do a vision board, which I think is awesome, or you have something written, or wherever you have your goals and your objectives, take inventory of where you are, where you want to go, and what are some of the gaps that you need to address, and leverage the WIT Network as part of your personal development plan. I constantly tell all our corporate accounts when we onboard them, you should have, attending this workshop to do this, all the different things that you do to join and to be a part of global and local is part of your journey. So make sure it's part of your plan and then execute. Okay. So thank you.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Everyone, please give Doreen a virtual round of applause. We appreciate her. Thank you so much for being here and representing our global community. And for everyone that is here, now you see and heard the vision. So what we have to do is make it plain with our goal setting activity. In this next segment of our discussion today, I would like for you all to think in steps. Step 1 being your mindset and how you are going to cast that vision. Step 2, we all know the SMART goal principle. And so what we have to do is apply the SMART goal principle to our design idea. Okay, everybody with me so far? Y'all give me some virtual thumbs up and just use your emojis. Those are not on camera, excuse me, just so I know. Okay, thank you. And step 3 is your design. And when we get to that segment, we're going to be hands on deck. So I don't know if you're on a tablet, an iPad, a laptop, your phone, but we're going to actually do a digital design and incorporate these ideas and principles. So let's kick it off with the mindset. Dreams begin as a vision. And if you are not a dreamer, then sometimes it's hard to visualize things. So I would like to just survey the audience and ask you guys, are you all visual? Are you visual people? More so than not, do you really think that I need to see something to be inspired, or I need to feel something to be inspired? Some of us actually do. Thank you, Colette. And so when we do, what happens is I'm visual. So I'll just use myself as an example. My mindset may be, as I showed y'all my vision board, that I aspire to own a commercial building. And so I put a visual image of a commercial building on my vision board. Now, of course, that's the inspiration. It may not actually be that building or that size building, but why not dream big, right? And so I want you all in your designs to start thinking, get your little notes out and start thinking of those keywords and the imagery that's going to go along with it. And we're going to build this thing out. So let's do a check-in. We also, when we have our mindset, you have to think about how often do you see yourself using this vision board for inspiration? If you're anything like me, you see mine is within an arm's reach that I can check in on my inspiration for myself. So that could be a daily thing. Are you a weekly check-in for accountability purposes kind of person where the picture of that calendar is giving you the visual? And so maybe time management on a professional goal is something you aspire. Are y'all getting how I'm putting the images with the keywords? Y'all give me some thumbs up. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. And then, of course, annually, those goals checking in annually is giving you that, hey, now you said a year ago that you wanted this and that. And so from an accountability, remember I said there's some white space on my old board from 10 years ago because I'm able to remove some things and replace some things. So that's the check-in portion of this mindset and getting your mind right. Now, what about your focus or the lack thereof? And when I read the book, The One Thing, anyone ever hear of this book by Gary Keller called The One Thing? I've read and reread and read again chapters and verses of this book because I tend to find myself in a place where the focus is real. And so this acronym is follow one course until successful. So when you think about that and you're like, oh, okay, so let's focus on the one thing. Let's just not even include those of us with that invisible disability called ADHD, wink, wink. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's hard to keep the focus alive, isn't it? And so for those short bursts of time that we are able to hyper focus on that one thing, well, maybe we need to apply that into our vision and setting our goals. Anybody like the sound of that? A little more focus? Yes. Okay. So here's that SMART goal. And I want you all to be goal getters. So in your being a goal getter, you're thinking to yourself, what is a goal getter going to do differently? Well, it's always best to write the plan, but instead of us writing, we're going to use images and words, and we're going to just build our designs upon that. We can then create the story after we have our keywords and our images in mind. And when you take the time to organize your thoughts, right? Sometimes we brain dump. Any of y'all brain dump? I do that often. At least once a week on Sundays, as I'm planning my week, I have to dump my brain. My virtual assistant is on the call with us today. Hey, Arnie. And so there are meetings that we have. And so we have brain dumps together. And so that allows her to see the bigger picture, and then we can drill it on down to the smaller tasks. It is also a way for you to stay on task and organize. Again, for those of us when the struggle with focus is real, having a list and things written down helps us to execute and achieve our SMART goals. So just a friendly reminder, y'all know the acronym SMART for your specific goals, those measurable goals, those achievable goals, those relevant goals. Remember I said short-term, long-term, personal, professional. And then of course the T in SMART is your time bound. Because again, year over year, we don't want to continue to see the same thing not coming to fruition if you've cast your vision accordingly. So this slide is a little screenshot template that you can use as you're designing your digital vision board. You can have one column that is specific to your short-term goals. I say, hey, don't overwhelm yourself, in your thoughts. Just put your top 3 for now. A short-term goal would be defined as anything 30 days or less, okay? 30 days or less is our short-term goal. I need X. Look, like I need a contract in a month. That's a short-term goal, right? And how can we get there to make it achievable? And on the long-term goals, now I'm thinking more of a year from now, 5 years from now, that future retirement goal, because the closer that I get to retirement age, the shorter that goal gets, right, y'all? So I know that I am speaking to a bunch of professional women, women in technology, women who are creative, women who have big dreams, big thoughts, and big ideas. So I would like to just take this time for you to just check your pulse. In other words, How are you doing? Are there some things that you've let just slide away because of COVID and you let those ideas just sit quietly? That maybe you need a little burst of fire underneath it to get it going again, a little motivation or whatever that looks like. A design digitally can creatively inspire that vision. And so what do I mean by this ideation? So there's been times that I've wanted something to happen in my life, and just a simple drive down the road and you're looking up at the sky and it's got the cumulus clouds and you're just envisioning images now in the shapes of clouds. And so that idea in that moment, remember we said, cast that vision and then write it down. It may tie to something later, because there's been times I'm sure you've waken up from a dream and you couldn't remember it. But when you did, you're like, oh, let me write that down. I need to remember that. So that's the ideation. Does anyone have any comments, any questions about the ideation phase? Everybody good?
I do have a quick question about the ideation phase.
Thank you, Colette. Go right ahead.
Yes, so I'm a connect the dots person. And when I think about ideation, I think of the brainstorming and some of those ideas that I have not acted on, or some that I acted on, but they didn't turn out the way I expected them to. And I'm trying to think about how to connect my ideas with my focus.
Yep.
Just so that I have some clarity around what lands on the page and what goes away.
Exactly, which is why in that digital design, there will be that one page of the dump. Remember, I was saying, write down all those keywords that are coming to you, those images that are coming to you. Yeah, that is part of the ideation process. But by the time you get to the design, the clutter gets real, doesn't it? You're like, okay, wait a minute now. I might need to organize my thoughts a little bit. But until you see it all together and you're able to map it out, that's where the ideation will come in. Right? And we're going to demonstrate that. Trust me, I'm going to show you digitally by design how to string it all together. It's going to be so dope. You're going to be like, you know what, girl? All right. So y'all just hang there with me. So question number 1 for your vision. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want this thing to happen? How bad do you want something to go away? How bad do you want that job? How bad do you want that promotion? How bad do you want that spouse? You know, there are personal and professional goals that the first question of the vision is got to be the pulse. How bad do you want it? Does it make your heart race? Does it scare you a little bit? Does it give you butterflies in your stomach and make you nervous every time you think about it, right? So when you ask yourself question number 1, I want you to even write down the emotion that came with, because sometimes you might just be scared. And y'all know fear has no place here. All right, so question number 1, there we go. Let's go to question 2. Question number 2, in our vision, remember, we got to write the vision, but we also have to make it plain. That's got to be in a sequence, meaning prioritize. What is first? What is second? What is third? We can work on all 3 of those goals at the same time, but I might have to work a little faster, a little harder, a little smarter on the priority. And then I can get on down to step 2 and step 3. Everybody with me there? So that prioritizing your goal and casting that vision is also going to be part of your design layout. So when I do my digital design, guess what I do? I break it down into monthly increments, y'all. So I will have that digital design, but I might have a January tab. I'll have a February tab. Now I got March coming, y'all. Do you see where this design and prioritizing your goals will come in and help you digitally stay on task and stay focused? And the third question that I would like for you to ask yourself as it relates to your vision is, what or who do I need to help make that happen? Because some of these goals or dreams or aspirations might be attached to another individual or another something. Something may be a certification I need. Something may be I've got to go to Philadelphia if I want that. Y'all understand? So there's opportunities for us to recognize and realize in a moment that, hey, now there might be somebody that's this close to getting me that closer to achieving my goal. And I'll give you an example in that regard. When I started as a WIT Network member and just introduced to the organization here locally in Atlanta, I'm in Atlanta, of course, right? I was introduced to Medina and several other leaders at Microsoft. So the question I asked myself at that particular time was, how can Microsoft help me achieve my personal and professional goals? So why did I think of that in that instance? One, I was in a new room with new people, new faces, and that opened up new opportunities. So then once you start talking to people and getting to know them, they might have the solution that you need. And so when my mentee, Jihan Johnston, introduced Medina and I, it was an immediate synergy. Hey, we are both leaders in Atlanta, women in technology, minority business owners, and on and on. Okay. So then it was, well, you know, I might want to get into the leadership of this organization that you've been volunteering and giving life to. And thank you so much. That we want to now join forces. And so now how can I take that and cast that vision into my digital design? It looked a little something like, I need to be politicking with Medina. I need to be attending a couple of events with Medina. We need to be collaborating together. We need to cast our vision together. And then guess what? Boom! The vision board experience is birthed. Just as an example.
But can I add something, Sabrina, real
Of
quickly?
course, please do, Medina.
One
Please.
thing that I think that stood out about you were like, how can I help? Medina, this is a lot. How can I help you? How can we collaborate? And I think during that time, because remember you did this first in 2020, during that pandemic, and a lot of people were losing their vision because we were in the midst of the pandemic and we didn't know what was going to be happening. And people needed books, they needed vision, they needed goals. And when you said, well, how can we help? And then we start seeing all the resources and the things that you had to offer, that's when the opportunity was there. And I think what people have to realize, you may meet someone before and not really see how they fit, but then you remember when they say, hey, how can I help you? How can I empower you? How can, I'm really committed to helping other women. And your timing was perfect because that's what we needed. And when we had our recent event here in Atlanta in person, there were so many people who kept saying, Medina, is Sabrina going to do her vision board again? I love when she did that. Everybody remembered when she did that. I'm so happy now she's the co-lead for the WIT Network. And, you're thinking, gosh, you remember this 2 years ago, but they still need it. And then the global community of the WIT Network, they said, Medina, can you all start opening up your events past Atlanta? And I said, well, wait a minute. We got to start doing this too often to open up to, as Doreen said, really this collective local community that we've been able to grow through the WIT Network. How do we continue to work with other leaders as well as their membership as well too? So So it kind of was twofold. So I think your networking is unique in a sense where your approach was, how can I help? Where a lot of times people are always looking for they're always trying to figure out, well, what can I get out of it versus, well, maybe if I come in with the help and collaborative approach, I'll get more. And then Patty made a really interesting point early on. Don't try to get involved and join something when you need it. Go ahead and start doing it before you need it. And that's the whole purpose of building the vision board, building the network, is to plan it when when you don't need it, that type of thing.
Oh, I love that. I absolutely love that, Medina. That is powerful. And you know what that stems from? It stems from intentionality. Right, ladies? Look, Colette over there. Yes, ma'am. Okay. And mic drop. Okay. Intentionality is also part of this ideation, y'all. Listen, this is what we're doing. We're casting a vision. We're making it plain and simple. I was very intentional about, I might not have an opportunity to be in this space again. I don't know how many times I'm going to get in front of Microsoft again. I don't know when I'm going to see Medina again, and so on and so forth. So the intention behind even that thought, who knew that 3 years later I would be sitting next to you as your little mini me protege, being a leader in this community, honey. So I
don't know about that. I feel like I'm the protege, you the mentor, to be honest with you, but that's a whole other story. But anyway, we'll keep going because I know people are trying to do their vision board.
Yes.
So I feel it's the other way around, but anyway. That's okay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you. So ladies, are y'all ready to do some creative designs? I know you are. And so we're going to do about 5 minutes of that in a demonstration. And then I'm going to break us back into our groups because I think, again, our synergy is going to feed us, right? There were some ladies that were like, hey, I wasn't even done. Can we do some more of that? And yes, I will. So I am going to be intentional about making sure that we go back into these breakouts, y'all. So this is how we're going to do it. We're going to do an intentional digital design. I'm going to name 3 tech tools. I will demonstrate them in a very swift, quick demonstration. And then when we break into our groups again, I this time am going to mix it up. It's not just going to be wit in the non-wit. We're going to mix it up, okay? Because I want everybody participating here today. So what I then want to do is have Miss Colette come back to us at 3:20. All right, I'm watching my clock, and we're going to have you share your screen, and we're going to have you bless the people with your take on what this whole experience is going to look like. That sound good? All right, everyone. So here is your tech tip for today. The steps to creating this digital vision board look a little something like this. Boom. A lot of text on the screen. So y'all just gonna screenshot that real quick because you're gonna come back to it later, but this is absolutely everything that you're going to need. And yes, you will get a copy of this PowerPoint so that you'll have your ebook, right? And so the presentation tools that I am going to recommend for today are there under your step 1. Step 1 being, what are we gonna do this design with? Well, I'm gonna suggest Sway. And when we come out of the breakout rooms, I'm going to break out my Sway that Medina and I designed for this occasion. You can also use PowerPoint the same way that you do your traditional business PowerPoints. Did y'all know that you could use this for your own business? So I want y'all to see that too, okay? And if you're not really savvy with either of those tools, guess what? There's always canva.com and a brand new artificial intelligence platform that I can't wait to show y'all. Beautiful.ai. So y'all gonna put that, somebody put that in the chat. HTTPS //beautiful.ai, because the people need that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that for everyone. And let's go to step 2. Once you choose which digital tool you will use, we're going to name this bad boy. What is the name of your vision? Sabrina the Visionary. I think that sounds great. And so then I want to select a theme. Well, my color of the year is purple. Purple for the WIT network that I choose to represent and align my professional goals with. And purple because, honey, that's royalty, baby. You know, my ancestors said that we are royalty. And then we're going to go into the customizing. Remember, I told you to make your list of keywords and your images? That comes in at step 3. So now you can use your word art. We can use artificial intelligence to actually design images, y'all. So again, I'm going to get down with the tech. I'm going to show you what Midjourney looks like. That's the Discord app, y'all. We can design our own images. We don't have to wait for Canva and Google Images. So let's get down with those designs. And then remember I mentioned to Colette about creating pages, plural. You know, we got to build that vision. It doesn't come across digitally as the one big poster board. You know, that 18 by 20, that's a pretty big size and a whole lot of space to fill. So when you're designing your pages, I want you to organize your thoughts by telling us your story. Okay? Make sure that you are resizing your fonts and resizing your images accordingly so that what needs to stand out stands out on the page. Use different colors and so on. That makes sense. And then the last step to creating your digital vision board, y'all, is to focus on the SMART goals. Okay, make sure somewhere in your design that you are listing your short-term and your long-term goals. Any questions? Everybody got their steps. All right, y'all. So here we're going to do. We're going to go out into these breakout rooms. We're going to think positively. We're going to write down some keywords. Again, we're asking everybody, what do you do? Who you do it for? And not only that, what problem can I help you solve? How can I help you? Remember, that is the key takeaway for this next section, excuse me. And then the last thing I don't want y'all to forget about in your design is to incorporate the videos. Remember, it's a digital design. So one of my aspirations is to be a TEDx speaker. So in my digital design, I am going to add a YouTube of a TEDx that I love to be motivated by. So do y'all see how these creative ideas will come together? All right. So remember, just think about any digital image to replace what you would have cut out of a magazine and glued and pasted on your design board. And once we come back, we're going to share the designs. You will either drop your link in the chat for me to display to the network, or you can email georgia@thewitnetwork.com so that the leadership knows that this was a powerful virtual vision board experience. All right, is everybody ready? We're going to come back. I'm going to break us out. Let me stop my share. Here we go. Breakout rooms. Everybody, here we go. Let's open and design. Here we go. Networking. Networking. Let's go. Networking. All right. Anybody want to go to? Let's move. Here we go. Move. Let's go. Move. LaShonda, let's go. Move. Camille, I see you, darling. Let's go. All right, Colette, let's go. All right, Medina, let's go. All right. Let's see. Did anybody not? Let's see. Shavana.
Me.
Gotcha, Anu. I'm sorry, darling. I did. It said you did not join. Let me send again. Boom. Try
Okay.
now. Did it pop up? Did yours pop up, Colette?
No, mine didn't.
Let's see.
Mine did. I'm gonna hang on with you
Anybody
for a minute.
not? It's
My-
showing me everybody's in.
Yeah, mine went and then it returned me to the main room.
I wonder why. Let's go back. Let's go open.
Okay, okay.
Let's go join. Where is Medina? That's weird. Medina, move.
Did I hit something?
There you go. It should pop up now.
Yeah, it is. Okay, let me hit. I may have.
I'm gonna do it again. Do it again. I think we're pretty even. Let's see, Shabana, where did it?
Yeah, I don't think I'm in there.
Let me try one more time, darling.
Okay.
How about for you, Colette?
I'm good.
Is it okay, baby?
Is everybody
Okay,
else in the
perfect.
room?
Yes, Shavana's here with us.
Okay, so I wanted to show you what I got started
Go ahead,
and
darling.
add some of those additional pieces that you offered.
Okay. Now you're muted. Yep.
I wasn't the only one in the breakout rooms. I came back here.
That's okay, sweetie. It's okay, Camille. So it's fine because if the technology is not working for us, I can try one more time. If not, you can stay here with us and work on your design. It's totally up to you.
Okay, perfect. And I can get some help
Mhm.
from me. So I actually went into presentation mode on Canva,
Oh, perfect.
I did the same thing.
but I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure what to do next.
Okay, so there should be, it's just say like share link. Do you see that?
Share link. Yes,
Yep, click that and drop it in the chat to me.
I haven't added anything to it as yet.
It's okay. It's okay. Remember, Canva's live. So once I click the link and you tell me to click it, I'm going to see what you design.
Okay, copy link and send that. This is fun. I'm learning so much.
There we go. I got it. I see yours, Colette. That is beautiful. You're muted again. It keeps muting when you screen share or something. Hold on. You muted.
Automatically mutes me.
There it goes.
Maybe I can pop in the link.
Okay. And then I share. Okay.
Yes.
I will do it.
And so I like what you said about adding some imagery from Midjourney that we create, and then also some video. I wanted to put a video of Lisa Nichols and also, was it Mike Brown?
Nice.
Yeah. As well as a little bit more beyond just the I guess it's the inspiration that I focused on, not so much the SMART goals. I'd like to add some SMART goals.
I love that. Okay.
On page 2.
Sounds good.
Okay, so how I just hit add page.
Yep.
And then how do I get the videos in there? I just download them or upload
Yep.
them?
I say add element. You know, on the left-hand side, where
element.
we can
I
get
see
our
it.
elements.
Yes.
There you go.
Add element, and then I select.
You would type your keyword.
Type in my keyword, okay.
If it's a person, it may or may not pull it. You just kind of have to tinker with it, that kind of a
Okay.
thing.
Let me try motivational speaker.
And if not, then use Google Images or YouTube and post the YouTube in there.
Oh, okay. I can do that.
Yep.
Grab the YouTube and post it.
Yep.
Let's go over here. There's the YouTube. And then in YouTube, do I just copy the URL link, or is there somewhere in YouTube?
You sure do. Now, if you have YouTube Premium like I do, you can download these videos. So there you go.
Okay.
And then that's
So
how
I
you
need to
get
log in.
There you go. Then you just embed the video from that point.
Okay.
Yep.
Embed. It says share. Copy link. Interesting. Okay. Diversity. There we go. Download.
You got it?
It's downloading. And now it says downloaded. And I can just go to view. And now I can just copy. Oh, now I can I upload that to
Yes.
Canva? Okay.
You sure do. You got it.
Okay, upload. Let's get back to Canva. Projects.
And Camille, I'm launching yours so I can have yours up as well as you're designing. I am requesting access from my Sabrina at Legacy Realty and Management email address. I'm going to type that in the chat for you.
Okay.
Just in case you don't see that, go to Camille, add this to your design, okay? That's what my Canva account is under. Or you can just change the permission where it's open to anybody with the link instead of permission being granted.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yep, you can do either way.
Oh, I see that now. Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm. Once you swap it, I will re-click the link.
Okay, so I just swap it, so I'm gonna put it back in the chat. And now
Nope, I have it. I still have it.
Oh, so it's good. You can click on it. Okay, perfect.
Same link. I got it and I'm in. Yes, ma'am. That's how Canva works. It's fantastic. It is one of my favorite collaboration tools.
Actually, I'm so happy to be part of this. I went blank. I couldn't create a vision for my life.
Oh.
And I wanted to know what's wrong with me. I'm also looking for a job.
Yep.
And I'm looking for so many things, and I felt so stuck.
Yes.
And what's wrong with me? I can't think. I can't focus.
Yes. Listen, it's not just you, honey. It is not. So the very first thing on your blank page that I'm going to type into the design is I'm going to type the word vision board.
Okay.
I want you to do the same thing on your end. As you add a template and you type vision board right there in the search, I can select any template that I want. What's your favorite color, Camille?
My favorite color is green.
A green. Let me find a green template right quick. Okay, here we go. This has some green in it. I like that. Boom. I'm just going to add a page and I'm just picking because it's the first green I saw, right? So there's 17 pages of inspiration on this particular design. I'm going to add all 17 pages just because you said to me, Sabrina, I get stuck. So this allows you to not worry about getting stuck. What it's going to do is it's just going to give you the blank canvas and then you're going to apply your stuff to it. So do you see how now your design has 17 pages?
Yes, I see it. Yeah.
So I want you to put your name in that box where it says Kanban board.
Okay, perfect.
Double click into it. Yes, I see everything you're doing now perfectly.
Okay.
All right, I want you to double click into the text in the green box where
Okay.
it says a way to visualize.
Mhm.
Select all of that text.
Mhm.
And I want you to type my vision board.
Okay.
Perfect. Now click in that June 1st text in the top right-hand corner.
Mhm.
Just delete that whole text box.
Mhm.
Yep, click on that MDM company and delete that text box. Yep, now go over to elements
Elements. Where's that?
on the left-hand border, your toolbar.
Oh yeah, there.
Once you go to elements, I want you to think of one of the keywords I asked you to think of while we were having the conversation earlier. What was one of your keywords?
Public speaker.
I love it. So I just typed public speaker and look at these different images.
Mhm.
So I could take these images, I could layer them. I can put a transparency on it so I don't see all of it. And I want to put the word over the image by adding a text box to the image. And then I'm going to say public speaker. And I kind of like that little image of the podium. So I'm going to draw that over here. Drag that on down here. And then see how now I can manipulate my design?
Yeah.
And that's just page 1. So then I go to page 2. I'm thinking, okay, now I need short-term goals. So I'm going to get page 2. I'm going to say short-term goals.
It's finding a job in sales or relationship, vendor relationship.
Okay, so we are going to put job opportunities. And you see how I'm typing on page 2?
I have to click on it to open it up.
You sure do.
Yeah.
Yep, I see you in there now. You see I wrote job opportunities?
Yeah.
Click into number 2, and I want you to put that position that you just spoke to me. Double click to remove all text. And so just continue in that way, and then go page by page by page. And like I said, it needs to tell your story, because in the short term, we want a job, right?
Right.
Those kinds of things. And now that you have 17 pages to just kind of build and dump your ideas, those 17 pages are going to be your mind map. You're going to map your whole mind out and cast your vision and make it plain.
Wow. This is amazing. Wow.
Yes.
And then it's like, hey, so also short term, I want to pay out all my debt, pay out debt.
See?
Leadership course.
Yep. Perfect.
I also want a mentor. I'm looking for a mentor.
Yes, so you can keep building, just copy, can paste and build on this page, you know, so you don't have to feel limited. What you can do instead of the keywords, you can add images.
Mm-hmm.
So when Colette does her board, I want you to see how she walks us through her design idea, and that is going to give you the inspiration you need to finish your design.
Got it. And if I want to add more, like number 5, how do I add 5 to this?
Yep. You just click on page 5 and you're going to add those elements. You're going to add those keywords, and you are going to be rocking it out in no time. Welcome back, everyone. Is that helpful, Camille?
Yes, it is. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Colette, are you feeling like we're ready for some demonstration and motivation?
Give me 2 minutes and I'll be
Perfect.
ready to demonstrate.
No, that's fine. Everybody's just now coming back in. So how was it, Doreen, Medina? Thumbs up? Are we getting inspired? Are we getting some designs?
It was good.
Yes. Y'all can unmute yourselves. Talk to me.
But I think there was someone had a really good question about how you broke down the vision board.
Yes.
You know, and I know how you were merging between the personal and professional.
Yes.
Do you mind showing that real
I'm
quickly?
about to. Yep, I'm pull it up right now.
Okay.
Yep, while we get Colette.
But no, we had a real good discussion. I have found a writing buddy. So
Awesome.
we're talking about accountability partners.
See what I'm saying? Okay, here it is right here. So we're
Nicole,
gonna
yeah, Nicole Williams. Okay.
share screen. I am on screen 2. Okay, screen 2.
So, and you all, I'm dropping my name and email address in here into the chat. So.
Did the screen go away? Y'all see
Yeah.
the PowerPoint? Okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
see the steps, which we all took screenshots and snipping tools, but it was the categories. I think it was like fitness or personal health, wellness.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So when we went through the questions, remember I was just
Yeah.
highlighting, yes,
Yeah.
which sections that we wanted to go through. Exactly. Okay, so let me go back into, I'm gonna go forward. Go back. Go back. Go back. Our short-term and our long-term goals, Doreen?
Yeah, no, we're fine with that because most
Okay.
people were familiar with SMART. I think we got to a point where, man, this vision board could be really busy, right? Because there's things we want to do. So it was back to what are the focus items and maybe what are the categories like personal wellness or fitness or
Understood.
professional.
The theme, that's
The
the word,
themes.
theme.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's it.
Colette, I think that's the perfect time, right? The segue is perfect. So Colette, for everyone here today, has attended my previous vision board experience. And so in her years now of being able to design and learn the digital and creative tools, we even had us a little practice session, the three of us, Camille and Colette and I, so that we could see how to, in exactly what you said, incorporate the design elements and our ideas. So she's doing some behind the scenes collaborating right now as we speak live, y'all. On her tool of choice is Canva. So I am going to Colette, you continue working, but I'm going to launch my screen share with page 1 of your design. Is that okay?
Okay.
Perfect. So everyone, without further ado, we are going to allow Colette to present her digital design and what this design means to her and how she got there. The theme, the images, the keywords, the elements, every single piece of it. All right, so let's go screen 2. It is loading just a little slow because of Zoom, but here it is. Okay, so fantastic. Share. All right, Colette, the floor is yours.
All right. So as we talk about themes and kind of telling a story, I realized, you can hear me okay? Just to check?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I realized that there are some pieces to my life that overlap in terms of personal and professional. And so those were kind of the ideas that I wanted to bring forth and have top of mind for me visually. Because as you said, Doreen, it can be overwhelming with all of the movement in our worlds and the pieces and the responsibilities that we have. So I focused on page 1 as my grounding space. I want to start with these specific themes in mind because they represent who I am as a person and who I want to become as my best self. And so where you see the words, these are my common themes, and I integrated building and growing for me looks like this woman you see in the picture who looks very well put together. I would follow her anywhere. And she has on a beautiful suit and is not concerned about it being white, making her look big because she takes care of her body. And so she looks fit. She's reading, she's building her mind and growing, and is poised. She has great posture. And so that is an image of a woman that I aspire to be, who is building and growing and developing her sense of self. I also am very passionate about abundance, living in abundance. And that can look different for everyone, right? In order for me to understand in my mind where I'm going and why I'm spending the energy and time, I need to know that there is an end that is going to be amazing for me. But in the process, I have to be reminded that I can't do it by myself. So I have to nurture those relationships. And you see the group of women in the center there, those are my homegirls. You know, they keep me together. We look great together, and we're all moving forward in a direction of positivity and strength. Throughout my life, I've been a person who tries to do so much all at once. And I recognized that there are opportunities for me as a professional to understand when I need to breathe. And so it's just off center because I'm centered around nurturing relationships and having that group of women that helps me to lift myself up, and I can help them lift themselves up. But I have to breathe in order to get to that abundance, to that big stack over there in the corner, which is a digital stack in my Coinbase right now. But ultimately, my intent is to be happy and live a fulfilling life. That includes that Mercedes Benz, that includes my bags packed, gorgeous bags at that, and my pink passport with lots of stamps on it, right? I also am a person who understands that you are what you eat, and what you put into ensuring that your body continues to support you is what you get out of it, right? So I have to have a reminder to eat well, because I could very easily every day order out. I could. It's just too easy with DoorDash, Uber Eats. In fact, for many years, it was a rare occasion that I would actually cook, because it became just so easy for me to not do that. So this visual of the healthy foods is a reminder for me that I have to control my urge to feed myself whatever I want, right? All kinds of sugary drinks, et cetera, et cetera. And I have to have that understanding that all of this kind of goes together. What you feed yourself, what you say to yourself, what you put into your mind, how you connect with other people and who you choose to connect with, that all leads to abundance. And then I remind myself that, you know, there was a time when none of this was possible for me. And so I have to remember that someone gave back to my community to create programs like the after school programs that I attended, you know, the work programs that I went to in the summer, where I was introduced to American University, where I went to school. So I ensure that I give back to create opportunities for others that was created for me, because it takes more than a village. It takes all of us. You know, the world is accessible to us all now because of the internet. And then last but certainly not least, I have to remind myself of those I am statements. It's so important to understand that the words that you say have power. And if you believe it, you can achieve it, and you will, with the right intentionality set. Sabrina said it best. You know, you're just not going to get there if you don't set that intention and have those SMART goals. So I say to myself, I am strong. I am worthy. I am successful. And then finally, the dreams are beginning to chase me, because all of the actions that I put into building my next self, it's energy. It becomes momentum. And so just in the same way that Sabrina talked about her relationship with Medina growing into this position that she's in now, putting all of that intentional effort into becoming the best version of myself attracts other people who are becoming the best versions of themselves. And so together, we not only do we lift as we climb, but we climb higher because we have that energy cloud from all of the other women in our same spirit and our same mindset moving forward. So that's how I start my vision board. And then I just go through and build out a vision for myself that allows me to go through those steps, the journey that it takes to get to where you need to go. So page 2, I'm just starting to think through, okay, in 2023, what does it look like? I have to live in gratefulness and remind myself that I'm moving forward and I'm moving forward with others. But what is the reward, right? So page 2. For me, it's a reminder that gratefulness has to be top of mind, but also the idea of forward movement with others. And it's important for me to understand that leadership is a huge part of who I am. So in the course of building myself up, growing and developing, I have to remember that I am a leader and that others are looking up to me. And then as you see those pictures on the left and the right, that's my reward. This is why I do what I do, because I want to be happy and living my best life and sharing in that happiness and that joy that comes from the hard work paying off and knowing truly who you are and living in your authenticity. So that's what I had to share with you all today. I hope this resonated with some of you and was helpful in how you can begin to construct your vision board.
OMG. I got my own virtual applause for you, Colette, because you showed out for the people today, huh? Look at you. How many of y'all want to buy this and put it in a 20 by 60 inch? I mean, like, I want to buy page 1 for myself and put it all the way on this backboard. Absolutely inspiring.
But Colette, they want you to take the page back.
Oh yeah, I got
to page 1.
I think she said go back. Is that the first one? Okay.
That's page 1. Yep.
Okay. Okay,
So
you all, I know we're running over time, but is the next workshop gonna then be like, how do we translate this to goals?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So remember, everybody, stay tuned to those emails. I'm going to stop my screen share. Colette, again, thank you so much for sharing your vision. Look, for being bold enough to cast that vision with us. So that way, look, we can all help her achieve these goals that she's ready for. So like Medina said, upcoming Atlanta and global events, Doreen has been dropping all afternoon in the chat for you guys. TheWitNetwork.com is everything you need. I want you all to continue your networking. I want you all to continue making sure you're on LinkedIn together. And here's something that I really wanted to start. We need to have a buddy system. So in the Atlanta community, I think it's important that we check in on each other once a month. If you're not attending one of our community events in person or virtually, I think that having that one accountability person or that one person in the community that you'd like to check in and just, hey, you know what, how's it going this month? I think that would be powerful, but I also think that would give some of us, look, I'm throwing myself in the hat, give us the motivation and the inspiration and the push that we need. I have to throw Doreen under the bus real quick because I absolutely cornered her and asked for my monthly FaceTime. I said, look, sis, I'm growing my leadership journey here. So I appreciate you just giving me 30 minutes of girl time and FaceTime. And you're in Canada, I'm in Georgia. When will we hug next?
And what did I say, Sabrina? I said, send me an invite. I'm waiting for you, baby.
There you go. There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I would like for Doreen to just give us some parting thoughts because we've got some upcoming events.
Oh my goodness. So I think what I'll do to just make it easy is I'll put in the chat our What's Happening link. And you should have received an email today and you'll see something in social. Bi-weekly, Natalie Dennis, our program manager, keeps us all on track of what's happening in the next couple of weeks. And I will tell you, it's a good reminder for all of us because there's so much coming at us. There's so many things I've bookmarked, but I can rely on Natalie to remind me on Mondays what's happening. And that's when I register and that's when you should register. We actually see a huge peak on Monday, Tuesday. So follow us on social. I've put the link in for what's happening. Visit the rest of our community events. Get to know other women outside your own backyard. But by all means, you know, I think the buddy system and the Atlanta and Georgia community is just about to grow because we've actually onboarded a lot of different large and small, medium organizations. So you will see new names pop up and Sabrina and Medina will keep us all connected. So thank you for a great session, ladies. And it was nice to meet everybody. I look forward to your next session. This was wonderful.
Thank you so much. Ladies and
Thank you.
gentlemen, well, there's no gentlemen, it's just us girls here today. So ladies, please have a phenomenal week. We are entering a new month, okay? March is Women's Herstory Month. And I look forward to watching each one of you build your legacy and cast your visions upon the world. So go be great, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. That was wonderful, Sabrina. Awesome.